and welcome to the currently CMNM podcast. We're working on the name right now, but I'm Mitch Garrett.
I'm Nolan Miller. I think we're changing the name up.
We'll have that. Yeah, we're in the making. We'll probably tweet it out. And I'm Christopher Sims, or Chris, or Cozy. Cozy on
whatever you wanna be called.
Exactly. I'm a man of many names.
Many names.
As I could say.
So we're going to be jumping right into this one today with a pretty hot button topic. We're going to be watching.
Trying to shave, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to shave.
Are you trying to shave? I don't know. I think I'm going to purposely grow out a shitty beard because of this commercial.
Dude, honestly, I'm thinking about it. Oh wait,
But we're going to jump straight into this Gillette commercial, and Chris has never watched it before, so...
Reaction time!
You're literally going to watch someone watch a video, a minute and 48-second long video, and...
Your life will change forever.
Okay.
Wow. Also, could we just... Go for it.
Yeah, let's just get started.
Bullying.
The Me Too movement against sexual harassment.
Masculinity.
Is this the best a man can get? Is it? We can't hide from it.
Sexual harassment is taking over.
It's been going on far too long. We can't laugh it off.
What I actually think she's trying to say.
Making the same old excuses. But something finally changed.
Allegations regarding sexual assault and sexual harassment.
And there will be no going back. Because we believe in the best in men.
Men need to hold other men accountable.
Dude, Terry Crews didn't want to be in this commercial.
To say the right thing. To act the right way. Some already are. In ways big
I saw that. That's a good
and
video
small.
too. This one's good too.
But some is not enough.
So don't treat each other okay. Okay?
Because the boys watching today will be the men of tomorrow.
First off, I didn't see one razor.
True, yeah, no razors. And it's a Gillette commercial. I don't see no shaving the faces.
Yeah, I didn't even see any beards. It kind of makes sense because they are
They're
shaving companies, so they're all clean shaven. I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can have a cleanly, trimmed beard. Like, that's
yeah,
the
like
whole
your
point.
boy, dog.
Boys
It's
will
your
be
boy,
boys.
kinda.
Yeah, so Chris, what do you think about that?
So they're trying to stop bullying and sexual harassment by saying we need to band together as shaved-faced men.
Yeah, so what does that even mean in the fact that I get like what they're trying to do, Gillette, they're saying that, they're not, men are currently not the best that we can be.
Yeah.
Which is fair. I mean, I guess I think it's a kind of a fair argument.
It's like
But
same with women.
what is their goal? Like, are they trying to get more customers? Are they not going to sell their razors until men get their act up? Like, what is their overall...
Strike.
You want to know what this is? It's fucking pandering is what it is.
Well,
It
yeah.
really is. And when you look at who you're preaching to right here, you're preaching to, my biggest gripe with this, I love the whole idea where they took the best a man can be, or the best a man can get, the whole Gillette line.
Yeah.
And they're asking, is this the best men can be? But the first half of the commercial just seems like it's portraying men just fucking suck.
Yeah. I felt like scum, and I was like, sure, maybe if I'm drunk, I might act silly like that, but that's not me. That's not us.
Exactly, and that's the thing, to paint with such a broad brush, and the way I look at it is...
the industry. They
don't give a shit about this.
I'm sick and tired. This isn't just Gillette. This is just an industry thing. And of how we hold these celebrities and we hold these famous people and these you know, people that Gillette, like people like CEOs, you know, executives in Gillette, you know, that are thinking of this stuff, like, we hold all these people up to, like, why do celebrities and these people have to be our moral compass as people? Like, have your own thoughts, don't, like, especially with the Kanye West type thing, like, with Trump, it's like, why, Kanye West literally makes music. Why, like, I get the whole, you know, he's got a voice, you know, he's got to be the example. Why? Like, musicians are moral people, like, not necessarily, or, like, what the hell?
Well, and that's taking everything they say as face value. Like, that's where you're going to get your political opinions from. I think you should get them from a broad range of people, and I think that you should have people to look up to. I think that's fantastic. But to solely base all of your political views, all of them, to be so polarized on so many things just because some famous person did it, because you like their music, I think you're just fucked in the head if that's how you think.
Yeah.
You need to be pulling things from different, you know, from different perspectives. I would definitely say, like, the three famous people, like big quotes around famous people that I would pull like my political views from and how I view my life. Like, if I have my own morals and judgments and how I do those things, but like the people that I were to, like, if I were to, like, politically align myself, are like people like Joe Rogan and Steven Crowder and Ben Shapiro. Those are the three people that I look at and I enjoy
Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, Jesus. Shout out my man JC.
I'm not gonna get
what else? I didn't hear the Dwayne The Rock Johnson. That's another confusing one. 21 Savage.
Someone's got jokes, but no, I mean, like, but that's to say that, like, what I watch them because I enjoy how they debate people and what they talk about. But to say that I agree with every single thing that each one of them says, like every single last thing, is fucking false. Like, there's definitely things they all say that I'm like, that's not me. I don't vibe with that.
And I think you know, the going back to the more Gillette stuff of just like it's got the good argument with the, you know, boys will be boys. I think that was very powerful because that's how it is. Like in real life, like that they weren't wrong with that. It's like, you know, how many times have you literally heard boys will be boys? Like, like.
And I don't have a problem with the saying if it's just boys being literally boys.
No,
being boys.
Obviously,
but that's the problem. It's such a broad term that people use it for everything. There's one thing of, like, boys play fighting, like, when you clearly know it's not abusive. Like, there's two best friends. They're like 12 years old and they're literally play fighting. That's boys being boys. But as what we saw in the commercial was someone bullying someone else.
Yeah.
Aggressive,
Abusive.
yeah.
True.
Not acceptable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this whole, like, and the biggest thing I have with it, and, you know, maybe people will be, whatever they want to say. This commercial was directed by a woman.
Ooh.
Yes. Now, I have no problem with taking a step back and be like, are men the best men can be right now? I have no problem doing that. But just hypothetically, if a man were to direct a commercial for a woman's razor brand talking about how women could be better people, how do you think that would go over?
I think the feminists would be triggered, is the word.
It'd be an absolute shit show.
It would be a shit show.
You can't. I don't know if you can argue that.
Let's make a shaving commercial.
I don't know.
How can you not? How can you not?
Girls
Though?
will be girls.
I think I think you can, but I'm saying that as I've gotten older, I kind of hate that argument. Be like, okay, it happened one way. I just hate because I don't know if anything would change. Because until you told me this, I had no idea that was a thing, and I think vice versa. If a dude was the director of like a woman's razor commercial that was some sort of substance like this one had, that it would be publicized that it was a dude. I think the situation would be exactly the same.
Oh yeah, no, it'd be a complete shit show on the other side. It would be.
I think it would play out the same.
It did, dude. This played out as a shit show.
Well, no. Oh yeah.
That's what I meant. Like,
okay.
There would be. But
I'm saying I don't think the uproar would be because, like, oh my god, this dude directed this. I think he would.
Well, that's what a lot of people are upset about this.
Oh really?
Yeah. No, seriously. People are upset that's been one of the argument points. They're like, so this is coming from a woman's like, and that's the thing. She's the director. Did she write this script? You know, Did she have and she is the director. She did have a part in saying, like, okay, this is how it's going to all lay out. Sure. but she is not the sole cause of this either.
And the argument of like the people that are like, oh my god, I'm throwing away all my Nikes, I'm burning all my Nikes, I'm throwing away all my Gillette razors because they're such a terrible company because they don't want men to be shitty anymore. Oh, they're so bad. It's like, get over it. Literally just go to bed, wake up, and you're not going to think about, like, why do people get so mad about all these situations?
Because
Literally
you don't
has
want to
no-
watch. You don't want to watch a commercial about razors and be preached to. That's literally what it comes down to, and people are sick and tired of it. And it's
Which
not
is
Gillette.
fair, but, like,
yeah,
just move on with your life.
well, that's what I'm
right?
saying. That's why I tell people.
You
I'm
still
like,
got to work at fucking 7 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's what I mean. Like the whole like screaming on social media about it. I try not. I hate posting things on social media about that sense. Like, not to take a super dark turn here, but like our friend Cameron just passing away.
Yeah.
I haven't put anything on Facebook about it or anything because I don't want to seem like I'm asking for attention. Like he meant a lot to me. He was a good friend, but like I haven't talked to him for a couple of years, and I don't want to be like, you know, him and I were like, I don't want to give this image that, you know, him and I were fucking like blood brothers or anything.
Yeah,
he was a
that's
good
right.
friend, and it sucks that he's gone. But like I don't know how to navigate this because I'm sort of in the sense like I want to talk to people. This is honestly the first time I've been able to bring it up because everyone else I know
has no idea.
has no idea. Who it is.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where like it sucks that he's gone and I'm upset about it, but at the same time like I do not like going and posting that shit on social media. I don't like.
And then how does that tie back into the Gillette stuff?
People post their opinions all over the damn place and no one gives a shit what you think.
Yeah,
I mean, not that we're really any different. Look what we're doing right now.
Yeah, I mean,
but,
exactly. Yeah.
But my thing here is like these random rants on Facebook and shit.
Oh yeah.
You know, I'm never buying Gillette again. Okay, then fucking actually don't do it. Like, don't buy Gillette again.
Yeah.
It's one thing to say. It's the thing that people sit there and scream it from the rooftops, but they don't actually follow through. Just fucking nut up or shut up. Like, okay, there's tons of other razor brands. Like, Schick now actually makes razors that fit Gillette razor handles.
Oh
Nice.
my.
For like half the
God.
price. Yeah.
I like that.
So give me the percentage for the Nikes of how many people that have actually posted, tweeted, Instagram, Facebook, MySpace,
I don't even know if I
Tumblr,
could.
saying that, you know, I'm never buying Nike again.
And then
What percentage of those people have bought Nike socks within the last year?
Oh, for sure.
I bet it's like every single, because like Nike stock went up after that.
Mhm.
Like,
It's just like the whole sweatshop thing with Nike. They actually did something to combat that, and they actually made sure that workers' conditions were getting better. They actually tried to fix that. A lot of people's complaints about Nike comes from like the late '90s, early 2000s sweatshop, not like
for sure.
past.
No,
5
I
or
was just
10
talking
years.
about. I'm just talking about the Colin Kaepernick.
No, but what I'm saying is the outcry from people saying like, "Oh, Nike uses sweatshop workers. I'm never buying Nike again."
Yeah, yeah.
How long do people hold on to that? Too?
actions speak louder than words, people.
Yeah.
So quit fucking yelling at your screen and go do something
And
about
that's-
it if you're triggered.
I think that's the best way to put it. Like, if you're upset with something a company is doing, don't buy the fucking product.
Yeah,
I thought it was that simple. Speak with your money. They're literally a
at the end of the
business.
day, at the end of the day, too, with this, Gillette wins.
Yeah, we're talking about them.
Yeah, we're talking about them right now.
Mhm.
How many views does this video have?
4,000. Oh, what you talking about?
Three.
How many views does this Gillette short film have?
Like 26 million, I think.
Oh,
They
nice.
won.
They're getting up
They
there.
won.
Well,
I bet.
all right, let me start
That's a
this.
majority.
See if we can look at the Gillette stock price.
Mm.
I don't know if Gillette has. They've actually been dropping in the previous years. So, PewDiePie video is awesome. Oh, what's that?
See,
Ooh,
look up,
shorts.
see if you can pull up, see if you can pull up the stock price of Gillette if they're a public company.
I'm on the screen recording.
1.3 million downvotes.
Yeah, dude, it's
Or
bad.
dislikes. Or whatever you want to say. I'm a Reddit guy. Downvotes.
Downvotes. Up dudes and downvotes.
Mmm.
All right, so what am I looking up?
See if you can find the Gillette stock price if they're a public company. I'm not for sure.
So yeah, fresh eyes watching this.
Yeah, what do you think? We haven't heard from you about this.
Yeah,
Like,
because you guys you're going off, and I'm just like, wow.
yeah, that's alright.
Like, I understand because like I watched a documentary about like the mask men wear. It's talking about how boys are meant to like be masculine and all that shit.
Okay,
That's how they grew up. And it's
for
like
sure.
that's changing over time. We're kind of being more accepting. Like, guys have emotions and feelings that they need to express here and there. It's fair, but like we're not really becoming soft. It's more of like connecting more to our generation or like our gender.
And I think that's because I don't know. Okay, so this is what.
So
we'll
if
get
you
back
look
to our
at the
last
video
bit.
was released on January 13th. So on the 14th is literally a steady line, and then it
Bro,
took
yeah, they're
a
good.
dip
What?
on the 18th and just fucking
Yeah, they're
skyrocketed on the
almost
21st and came back right back down. So if someone was smart, you would have like bought a shit ton of Gillette on the 18th,
bro,
and
yes.
2 days later just fucking sold
at the top. Yeah, yeah.
Because look at that, like
That's crazy.
Wow.
So, at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say from that is that it didn't work. Gillette
Yeah.
won. Like, Gillette didn't win anything. They're the same old company. People, based on just the stock price, and we could look at a bunch of different things, based on just the stock price, at the end of the day, the overall population does not give a fuck about this social movement of what Gillette was trying to do. Like, people clearly, based on the stock price alone, besides that, you know, the craziness, people don't care. It's literally the same that it's always been. Like, it didn't, you know.
and that's my biggest thing. Like, I don't need companies telling me how to live my life.
Yeah.
And I have no problem with bringing up a discussion, but I don't think it should be a business doing it.
No, for sure. And then going back to your point too, Chris. We were talking. What did you say? What did you say?
So basically,
I had a
like
good thought.
the men that
Oh yeah.
we wear a mask, basically like we're all manly.
Yeah, yeah.
You have to be the manly man.
So I
We
think
can't
my
cry
I
and
think
shit.
my answer to this of why that has changed, and maybe this is just me, is that we don't need. Is it work based? I think my theory is that it's work based because men, you know, back in the day, you know, you were supposed to put food on the table. You know, you were supposed to
Oh, for sure.
be a hard worker. There wasn't, and maybe because of technology, that
I see.
the roles have changed. That like we've made it more of an equal playing field because a woman can be a computer scientist and a doctor, and you know, so I think that like we don't need these like macho men anymore that drives their masculinity to. I don't know.
I think
it's definitely a masculinity thing for sure.
Yeah, well, the thing I hate about that is like, I think you have like real men and fake men, and what a lot of people get confused is like I hate that the hyper masculinity or toxic masculinity. I fucking hate that. I hate that. I hate those kind of like those like terms. But when you look at that, that's some. When you think of like toxic masculinity, that's some fucking dude bro. That's literally like doing nothing but arms in the gym. And it has nothing. Is not adding anything of value or substance to his life. Literally parties every weekend. You know, doesn't treat anyone with respect. Is not basically not building some sort of like empire for himself.
Yeah.
That's what I think is like toxic masculine. If you were to put a term on that, but what you have is when you have these men that build these fucking empires from businesses and content creation or whatever it may be, and all of a sudden, they start working out and they start getting fit because they value their body. I have no problem with people working out, and it's this thing you have.
No, bro, don't be healthy. You can't be healthy.
What?
No.
So you have this thing of, I want men to be men, not to be this facade of like what a dude is, and that's what I hear when I hear you guys talking about are just douchebags, but that's not a man, that's a fucking boy.
Okay.
So when I want to see in men is like them taking responsibility for things, for them to step up to the plate and be like, I fucked up, I made this mistake, I had a kid, I need to take responsibility for this, and we decided to have this kid. I need to get my shit together so I can work this job. I'm one of those people that like, I don't want to get a job at McDonald's. I don't, that's not a career path I want to take. But if that's where I end up in my life, like I need to, make a living somehow.
Yeah, because I've never.
I'm not above a job.
We've talked about this before, but like I've never been about like I think it's so relevant. Like I don't want to make money. Like you always like want to put yourself in a better place. Like why wouldn't you?
You always have that motivation. You have something. You have a goal.
Like money. Like okay, money's you can get greedy with getting money, but like it'll take you to places that you haven't been able to go before. Whether that be you're able to pay rent this week, or this month. You're able to move out of the fucking shitty neighborhood. Like money is the pathway to some stuff. and
I hate that saying that like money doesn't solve your problems. That's fucking bullshit. Like there's a difference between money can't buy you happiness and money can't solve your problems. Money could solve a fuck ton of my problems right now.
Shitload.
But it's in the end like money's not going to make me happier or more full as a person.
Yeah, for sure.
But I can tell you it's gonna take a lot of weight off my chest.
Oh, bro, yeah. If I don't have to worry, if you don't have to worry about rent, if you don't have to worry about student loans, if you don't have to worry about your baby mama, like
My baby mama just keeps driving me out.
No,
That's why money is the motivator.
I'm like, girl, I'm still not gonna wipe you up. No, I'm just kidding.
Go give me a kid. It's my weekend. Jesus Christ.
Karen took the kids.
Yeah, there we go. Karen references. Oh yes.
Have you seen there's a KFC meme? It's like
Yes,
it's like KFC and Karen took the fucking kids.
Oh my god.
Or Karen took the fucking children. That's what it
Oh,
was.
that's right.
Okay, Mitch, what do you know?
What's going on in your life besides this Gillette shit?
This July. We put quite a bit of time.
Sounds
into that
like a
July.
lot of hoopla to me, and that's my final discussion.
Basically, just live your life and better yourself and put yourself on a pathway to success, and don't fucking make your morals and values based off a fucking commercial from a razor company.
Amen.
Just recapping what's been
More of
going
a
on.
shit guy, anyways, though.
What?
More of a shit.
Yeah, more of a shit guy. You know,
Harry's razors.
Harry's razors.
Dollar Shave Club.
Shameless plug.
Go Puff.
Go. I don't know how that one works, but
Oh, dude,
well,
you
I
can
know how GoPuff
and
works, but I don't know how that fits into the razors.
Because I guarantee you can buy razors on GoPuff.
No.
I guarantee you.
GoPuff razors.
GoPuff is unreal, dude. It's unreal. You can buy.
They literally just send people to the store to pick up shit for you. That's all it is.
No. It's a warehouse.
It's a warehouse?
Of all this shit.
Really? I thought they just went to the store
Dude,
and
you can
just...
buy sex toys. You can buy dog food. You can buy frozen pizza. Dude, if you scroll through the GoPuff app, it'll take you probably an hour and a half. If you
Okay,
take your
GoPuff.
time.
Where's our sponsorship?
GoPuff. Please GoPuff. I swear. For real, I highly recommend GoPuff.
I've never heard of this until now, so now I'm gonna have to check it out.
Okay, no, but you have though. Next time you get on Snapchat,
Oh, they
start
run
paying,
ads, yeah.
start paying attention to your ads. You've seen GoPuff like a billion times without you realizing it. Yeah.
Oh, it's on Snapchat all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, so basically just recap what's been going on in our lives because it's been quite a while since our last
Dude, honestly,
There's
it's
snow on
been
the
new year,
ground.
new year, new me, dude.
It is a new year and new me. So yeah, I've been plotting with a buddy of mine. We'll have to get him on the podcast. I think he'd enjoy this. But
I'm down.
shout out to Ryan Helfers if you're
what's up,
listening.
Ryan? I know Ryan Helfers.
Yeah, Ryan Helfers.
I do
my
not know
guy.
you, but I can't wait to meet you.
So basically, I don't know how much of this I can disclose. It's not. I haven't signed any non-NDAs yet, but
Get yourself a lawyer.
basically, recreation services through Iowa State are looking to sort of broaden their reach to for rec services, like things they offer for students on campus. And the club that Ryan and I are a part of, which I love the club, but I hate the name. It's called Game Renegades. It's a video game club on campus that's currently going through some rebranding right now. But we just call it this podcast. But GR is what we call it for short. GR was contacted by Jason from Rec Services, and he sent out a sort of general interest survey and asked if we would be interested in a gaming space. And there was overwhelming support for it, and now we're sort of on the fast track to, Ryan and I are developing a gaming center for Iowa State. Now,
That's sick.
I don't know how much if I can talk about the locations this may be or like the budget or anything, but basically that's the whole gist of it. We are looking at
Leave it at that, yeah.
Yeah,
That's good.
we are looking, and this is and we're trying to include everything. It's not just PCs. We're gonna have consoles there, VR units. There's gonna be a Twitch booth so you can
Cool.
cast.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Sick.
we want it to be a center because we've been reading these like scholarly journals.
But why is that rec though?
Because of it's a game, even though it's not physical.
Okay.
Recreation Services also holds Texas Hold'em and euchre as intramurals, so you can play that as
Oh
intramurals.
shit! I've never played euchre. But
Yeah. So that's one of the things they do. Because I knew they did Texas Hold'em, but apparently there's other stuff as well that Rec Services does for intramurals that are not physically based, but they want to really cash in on the team building aspect and working as a team and like competition, because there's tons of that. Looking at research,
there's a shit ton of kids. What, 36,000?
yeah, we're now like 37,000 or something.
So I mean, yeah, there's definitely. I mean, obviously it's a video game. You know, that'll be huge.
There was like over 300 people that replied to the survey, and like 98% said yes.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Yeah. So, what we really want to go in on is like building a community, and you know these kids to go in and to work as a team to come to a common goal. And a lot of the skills from these journals, these scholarly journals we've been reading, show the advantages that these kids have to be able to come together as a team through team. Like it's just like any other sport. It's a team building activity.
Okay.
And that's one thing that we've really noticed with video games in the past 10 or so years. It's removed the core essential of video games, which is spending time with your friends face to face. Imagine when you were a little kid.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
When we were like in middle school, how did we play video games? We were always over at friend's house with all of our Xbox controllers playing Halo 3 or playing Guitar Hero. Yeah. We were all together.
Yeah.
And everyone, and that's why I think
there's no online. I mean, there started to be, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
we were in the sweet spot where if we
Bro, yeah, I love, dude. Anybody that talks shit about the millennial generation can just shut the hell up.
We're in prime time,
because
baby.
like we literally like have both worlds, and people don't really like. I think
people are complaining about Gen Z, but they
identify them as millennials. Only.
Yeah, millennials. That ends in 95, I think.
It's later than that. It's
really?
97, I believe. Look it up.
Yeah.
You've got mail.
But so basically, we want to really capitalize on that and to give these kids an experience. Like, let's say a kid's coming to college and he doesn't have a lot of money to have a really nice PC, but he really wants to play this game with his friends.
Bro, that'd be hyped.
Now he's no longer left out. He can come on and game on this like $2,000 gaming PC that'll run everything at like max settings. And from the universities we've talked to and the different gaming centers, a lot of these spaces are. That's why I'm not going to be here next weekend. I'm going to tour some of these facilities. They said they were literally packed. Like every single spot is filled and reserved the whole time they're open.
Damn, that's cool.
Yeah.
Esports was a $980 million industry last year, and it's slated to be a $1.5 billion industry this year.
Wow.
It's just like, if you look at it's like exponential. It's fucking nuts.
That's awesome.
So yeah,
Cool
that's
shit.
what we just started the project. We had to get it approved. We had to give like a 5-minute presentation and talk about it.
In front of the board, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so before Chris gets started, I think we should also just recognize that we're like the adopted stepchild.
Yes, we are. Look at our beautiful setup once again.
We just keep switching it up.
Saturdays are for the boys. You can't see that.
You see the boys, I think.
This is what, the 4th location? Because we've done my room, living room, Mitch's house,
the cozy corner.
The cozy corner.
The OG cozy corner.
OG cozy
so this is cozy corner point 2.
Yeah.
I think
2.0.
2.0.
I think 1.2 would be the
1.2.
version.
Yeah.
1.2 would be the version.
Yeah, because we're still getting set up a little bit.
But Chris, what's up?
So yeah, it's winter time.
Oh boy.
It's time to prune those vines.
What is the pruning of vines? What is this?
So basically, I'm pruning back.
What is pruning though?
Pruning is taking off all the old canes. So you leave 1-year cane. You leave 6 nodes. And you leave 3 of those on either side.
Okay.
Because new grapes come from 1 year.
So pruning's pretty much cutting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, yeah. I'm just trimming up the vines,
Okay.
getting them all cleaned up, getting the new vines ready. Hopefully, they're gonna produce some good ass grapes.
You know, be using Gillette razors to cut those vines.
Yep.
Sorry, I had to know
That was good. But yeah, so I'm up there all bundled up. I got 2 layers on. Got my Carhartt. A little shout out to Carhartt. Self-heating, do you know? I'm driving my way over.
Wait. You Carhartt coat?
No, you like plug it in? You plug it into something?
So I had overall bibs and a coat.
Both Carhartt.
Both Carhartt.
Okay.
Self-heating.
No.
Yeah.
way.
So I was driving my way to
this.
work. Had a little rumbling in my tummy. Let loose a nice old fart. Felt the heat just cessed all up. It would start coming up into my chest, and I was like, "Oh, that's stanky, but it's keeping me warm." Self-heating.
How is it
Car.
self-heating?
Because you just fart and it keeps you warm.
Oh,
It stays-
I thought this man was going
Yeah,
to the
I thought Colorado had some like extraterrestrial like
Shout out to Carhartt.
very high tech.
borderline shit your pants and you can warm yourself up.
Exactly.
Dude,
Yep.
I was so excited for Carhartt to have some like proprietary
No,
technology.
Milwaukee does that. You can literally buy jackets where you plug Milwaukee batteries into the pocket and it's
Okay.
literally like self-heated. Yeah, and Harley Davidson. And, I know Harley Davidson there and other people make these jackets. I know Honda does it as well for the Gold Wings. But there's specific riding jackets and you plug them in and they've got into the motorcycle and there's heaters.
Damn
in
it,
there.
Chris.
Well, I knew it was at least technology somewhere, but that's organic right there. That's my own body
He's
producing.
trying to
warmth.
save the environment
Exactly.
by shitting his pants to keep himself warm.
Natural
gas.
heating.
Natural- But yeah, so I'm out there just pruning away. I'm
Okay.
on row 7. It's a lot of work.
Row 7 out of.
26.
Holy shit.
And that's
Oh.
the first.
You've also been like plowing and shit too.
Yeah, I've been doing
Yeah.
a lot of snow removal, driving the tractor. I feel like a badass out there.
How many roads do you get a day normally?
Probably like 22, because it's seriously like this one's
You have to check every single plant.
every
Like, you
plant.
have to-
There's
yeah.
at least like 500 plants in an
Per
acre.
row?
No,
Okay.
in an acre. Yeah. But yeah, and then I'm steadily getting to longer rows too. But it's fun. It's very like zen-like because I just throw on my headphones, listen to music, trim away,
Mm-hmm.
almost like a bonsai tree, only bigger.
And like, have you gotten to the point where I feel like, as a gardener, you get to the point where, pretty much a gardener, right? I mean,
Horticulturist.
Yeah. Okay, but like,
Viticulture.
are the plants your babies now?
Almost, yeah.
Have you like kind of like?
I feel
You
bad.
like kind of like start naming them a bit, not like
Oh,
really,
almost,
but I'm like
yes.
I don't know. But you know, if you're always around me and be like, all right, baby, like
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
like-
start talking dirty
I
to
do
her. and shit.
kind of dirty, kind of like, come on, girl, what you doing? Get your shelf clean. And then sometimes when I'm like driving in it and I accidentally like get too close to one, I'm like, oh shit, sorry, babe, I'm back out. Off you.
I
Don't
feel
wanna
like
lose
that's
your
just
root
natural.
system.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm becoming one with the vines.
One.
I feel like after a certain point, if you were to like run one over or hit it, that'd be like running over a puppy, like your puppy.
Especially because if you don't like, okay, so they're what perennial plants? Is that what?
Yes.
So they,
technically, woody perennials. Yeah.
okay, so like theoretically, if you were to work at this place for like 4 or 5 years, you would have 4 or 5 year old plants, which would also be like your babies.
Oh, yeah,
You
true.
know what I mean? Like literally.
That's what I mean.
That's- so
You kill one of those, and that's like
yeah.
that's like killing your dog or like a small
Yeah,
child or
that's what I'm
something.
saying. Like, whoa.
It's just start all over, basically. I had to pull some out.
Damn,
Because
dude,
they're
that's
dead. Yeah.
that's upsetting.
R.I.P. man.
That's
Nah,
nice.
that's cool. That's cool.
I got Bud Light. We can just pour it out on the carpet.
Yeah,
right there.
that's one off for the
Probably
dad.
for all the plants.
For the
tear
dead plants.
Tear rolling down my face.
Yeah, so January went by fast.
It did.
Oh, it did. Yeah. Holy shit! It is the 27th.
Next Friday is February 1st.
Jesus Christ.
It is January, what, 27th? 27th?
Yeah,
Yeah, so
27th.
my mom's birthday was 2 days ago.
Mhm.
So they decided that we were going to go to Monterey, a Mexican restaurant. There's a couple in Des Moines, yeah. So we were going to go to this one over by Valley West Mall, West Des Moines. And I get a call from my parents about like 10 minutes before I was supposed to be there. And they were like, yeah, we're not going to eat here anymore. And I'm like, what's going on?
What?
And they're like, yeah, there's a water pipe that froze. So the restaurant is closed.
Holy shit!
They
That fucking
closed
sucks,
the
dude.
restaurant. So I was like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? What are we going to have? Because we had like 16 people at this dinner for my mom.
wow.
Yeah, there was a lot of
Shit.
people, a lot of people. So I was like, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? But then I was like, I'm an idiot. There's another Monterey in West Des Moines, or at Jordan Creek, which is like 5 miles down the road. I was like, we'll just have everybody meet there. So it all worked out, whatever. But Mexican restaurant, so that means, you got to tell them that it's my mom's birthday. Turn the double.
Tequila shots.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The double fives. She's double nickel.
Double nickel.
So she's a dime.
She's a dime.
My mom's a dime. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Look at me, and then just imagine.
Where the hell he came from?
I mean,
That
how
was my
beautiful
lane.
I am, and then like take that times like 7 for my mom, of course. So, anyway, so yeah, tequila shots. Mexican restaurant, you obviously get tequila shots for your birthday when you're of age. But for whatever reason, I don't know if they thought there was 2 birthdays, they brought 2 tequila shots. So Mama Miller just like back to back, just
Slam
Mama
and tequila.
Nice.
She killing the game. It's literally unreal. It's unreal. I've never seen a woman just drink tequila shots like an absolute OG. Like, no, I'm just kidding. She had no idea what she was doing, so I literally taught her. I was like, lick your thumb, whatever.
Put the salt on,
Yeah.
tequila, or what salt, tequila, lime.
Which also brings me to the point that, as with my family, we need to go to Mexico. That my mom doesn't know that my mom doesn't know how to take tequila shots. I mean, I've never gone to Mexico, but like that's one hell of a trip to learn how to take tequila shots. Mas tequila. But yeah, and I'm also super proud. For the first time ever, I paid for the dinner.
That's big
My
shit.
my sister wasn't there. My sister wasn't there, so I didn't pay for hers too.
Haley.
But I was she had to work or something. I don't know, make money.
Excuses.
But yeah, so like it was hype because we had 16 people there, and then but it was stupid because I paid for it and I didn't want to make a big deal of it because it's not a big deal. Like my parents deserve it or whatever, and I wanted to make the gesture. And then of course my dad, being the party animal that he is, he was on the other side of the table talking to like everybody else. And then mom was drunk off her fucking 2 tequila shots. So she was like, oh my God, Steve, no one paid for the dinner. I mean, she didn't like freak out like that, but she's like, no one paid for the dinner. And then like announced to the table, so then everyone was like, oh no, you're such a good child. Oh, look at you be a big boy. I'm like, fuck you guys. Like, I'm just trying to, I didn't want everybody to know. So
Stay humble.
I don't know.
Stay humble.
And then that was kind of,
That's when you brush it off. Some random dude paid for it. It wasn't me.
and that was cool. Like as the night was going on, like we got dinner and it was cool. And then I was gonna go downtown, to have some drinks with the boys, and I had a couple friends downtown and stuff. And then as like dinner went on, and then after, and everybody, it was weird. Everybody that was at dinner did not go to the bar with us after. So it was literally me, my mom, and dad. And we met my sister where she works at a bar, and the Hall is what it's called. It's in West Des Moines. It's a German beer. It's sick, and they have screen. They have 2 huge screens where they play the games and stuff, and they're like quadrants. There's like it's almost like a pixel of like the board is. Super expensive board. And then they have food trucks there all the time.
Ooh,
and so you can order your beer and your food all off of their app. They have an app, so you place it, and then your name gets put up on the screen when your food's good to go and shit, and then you just go pick it up.
Food trucks, dude.
Trucks. So we went to there, and I was like, oh, do I still want to go downtown? And then I was like, you know what, fuck it. I was like, I have a you nasty. But I was like, you know what? I was like, I don't want to be any other place than with my family tonight. So then you got a drink, and then I went home. I also had to work early. If I didn't have to work early, I was gonna go downtown after that one drink for sure.
For sure.
But like, it was cool. I don't know. It was a nice transition of just like I wanted to spend time with my family rather than go out with the boys. But that'll never happen again.
Yeah. I was gonna say, you must have been really drunk.
Yeah.
One drink or something.
Bro. I did have 2 margaritas though on accident because they brought 2 extra. They brought 1 extra.
Don't you love that when you accidentally have a margarita?
Yeah, it's like, shit. I still get drunk. Okay.
I hate when I'm at a restaurant and they're like, oh, yeah, and I accidentally order a margarita. It just comes out of my mouth. I'll have a quesadilla and a margarita. Oh, goddamn margarita.
Yeah, it's like, you're at a Mexican restaurant, like, you drink, like, when you're at a barbecue house, I don't know what the hell.
Barbecue house.
You eat barbecue. When you're at steakhouse, you eat steak. When you're at a Mexican restaurant, you drink margaritas.
Okay. Right on, I see the trend.
Barbecue house.
Barbecue house.
This is the barbecue house in here.
See, that's a different. I think my family calls it a barbecue restaurant.
Yeah, I think I'm just an idiot.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with him being an idiot.
But at the same time, like, I wish I was that close to my family, Like,
wow, bro,
that's the segue, man. That's the segue.
I mean, like,
it sounds sad, but that's just the truth.
Literally, I just want to cry right now, bro. Like, it was just like, just 180 there.
Yeah,
What's up?
He whole 360'd that
360'd it.
and
No
right
scope.
into it. 360.
Okay, but if you do, so my question is, if you do a 360, aren't you right where you were?
That's the
Yeah.
whole joke, though.
Yeah.
Skirt.
Oh, he dabbed. All right. Anyways, yeah. So we're talking about family today. It's talking about our heartstrings. Yeah, I don't have that. That's an awesome experience that you're able to take your parents out or be out with your family.
Yeah.
Have a big group. 55. My mom's turned 60 this year. My dad's turned 62.
Damn.
I don't remember the last time we actually did something big. Because it seems like anytime we go out for like a birthday celebration, we get dinner or lunch or whatever. They pay for it, and we just go home. Like we don't really like. I might get a drink or so, but like no one really talks much. It's sad. It's sad.
I mean, have you tried doing anything with them? Like, like
Not lately.
facilitating anything? Because, like, I feel like sometimes maybe some people are just lazy,
Yeah,
and sometimes you have to try.
that's what.
And that's the thing. Like, I'm not in your shoes. I don't know what it exactly has all gone down, but maybe it's just one of those things where it's like if you were to initiate something, then something would happen. I don't know that.
Yeah. Does it go both ways? Like, we're just gonna start interrogating.
Oh, dude, yes, I like that.
Okay.
Get
So,
closer.
do you think that like I lost what I
You
was
lost
even thinking. I don't know.
About facilitating stuff.
Yeah, facilitating just kind of like does it go both ways? Like, are you do you like purposely not try to say anything? Do you like act differently when you're just when you guys do social stuff, or like I don't know.
I guess I kind of do act a little different because
You're kind of going in and expecting like you're not your normal self. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess that would be a reason. Like, I feel like I'm out with my family, so it's like...
You're already not having a good time.
Yeah, wow. So I just hate my family. That's why I love my family.
We're done.
Alright, well, thanks for tuning in. Podcast is done.
Later, bye.
Yeah, I guess, I don't know. I just think I need to do something different this year, you know? Actually be like, yo, we're doing something.
Yeah, bro, start initiating. So be like, let's go to dinner Friday night.
Yeah.
Let's go,
And actually get my brother to be like, yo, you're fucking coming with us.
Yeah, bro.
And that's the thing, and I get how difficult it is to get people actually all in one place sometimes, and like to get through, like come through with those plans because people get busy, people have shit going on in their lives, and I think growing up, not to like jump ahead too much, but like I definitely like realized like learning that your parents are people as well, like they're not like these superhuman people, like they make mistakes and they have lives as well, they have dreams and aspirations, and they have their own faults and their own fears and shit, and like realizing that maybe sometimes that shit gets in the way for them as well. So like getting your family to open up to you is very difficult. I feel like.
I think, and like, and when you were talking, this is like my take on it. Of like when you were talking, you were like, "Oh, I wish my family was like that," and it's me, and it's
Ooh.
and it's just being like social in the way like just the day and age of social media, like that you appear to be happy, that how that's like the goal of like pretty much everybody, right? You can post whatever you want. You're not gonna post something sad on Instagram, right? It's gonna be like you smiling or you with your homies.
Like I talked about earlier.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like it's that apparent like I like get along with my mom, dad. I get along with my sister. Like we have we've had our struggles and shit, and like and we play it off as like we're good and but like we still go through shit is what I'm trying to say. Like
for sure.
Like every family does, but like I remember growing up like bro like literally coming home from school every single day from screaming. Like I'm not like my parents fought pretty much every single day. I wouldn't say okay no they didn't, but like that's what you remember though, right?
Oh yeah, no,
Like, it like, and as I've gotten older and as well, I've seen that we're all just kids. Like parents are trying to figure this shit out. Like I know
for
that
sure.
it's financial, it's whatever. Like and as I've gotten older, I've respected my parents in that aspect. That I was like, damn, like yeah, it was fighting, and like yeah, I didn't want to be at home at some points because it
fucking sucked.
It gets there, but it's like when as you see it happen, it's like damn, they're just trying, there's been scary moments where I'm like, like, you know, but
Yeah. I want to dip out.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can attest to that too. Like, and that's again, I'm not a big fan of social media other than like connecting with people.
Yeah.
I hate the idea this like this facade you have to put on social media.
for
Like,
sure.
I'm always happy and my family's perfect.
I think that's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
natural though.
Yeah.
Because like
Well, we don't want to show the bad parts
You
of
don't
our
want to
family.
shit.
Well, and,
No one wants to see that.
And I think it also goes both ways of that. Like, I don't want to show people that because that's like, you know, like people don't need to see that. You know,
No.
People don't need to see the struggle. You know, because then you just feel bad for me because you know what I mean. Like
you don't want to sit there and air out your dirty laundry just to eat pity points.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm
And,
saying.
you know, I've had, you know, I've come home to screaming matches. It's usually my parents don't fight that much. I mean, there's obviously been arguments and shit. It's usually like either between like Drew or I, or like me and my parents, or my brother and my parents. And I would definitely say like there's plenty of times with Drew that it was like it would get so heated where Drew was like, well, I'm leaving, I'm running away, and my dad would like straight up be like, all right, well, I'm gonna go get in the car and I'll take you to the I'll take you away then, and shit like that. And obviously my parents aren't gonna fucking do that, but it just gets to that point, it gets so escalated that like you realize like I love these people with all my heart, but holy shit, like, you know, like they're people too.
Yeah.
They have emotions, they have feelings, and they have the tolerance level.
And I know we were talking. Oh my god, I'm just.
You're struggling tonight.
Yeah, bro. But I was talking to Blake. We were talking about kind of that situation because we were like, I was catching up with him about like saying, you know, saw Drew the other day, like just talking about him and like you know, how's he doing? I was like, he's doing good, blah blah blah. Anyways, we were just talking about it, and like the way that Mitch is like, you know, the happy-go-lucky, like it's super, you know, nice to pretty much everyone, right? It's like we knew because, you know, I know that your family's gone through shit, just, you know, with your brother and just like, you know, the family shit, right?
Yeah.
And me and Blake were Blake brought it up. He was just like, you know, like you didn't show, but that shit hurt you, and that like that took a toll on your soul going through all of that situation.
Oh yeah.
You hated to see that because you know, you have love for your family, you have love for your brother and shit, but like,
yeah, and because when it came down to it, like I tried to be the middleman. I saw both sides. Like, I'm not trying to sit here and say that, you know, my parents didn't do anything wrong, but they were trying their best to cope with the situation, and it was the sign, like my parents just wanting my brother to be normal, and then my brother just assuming that my parents fucking hated him, and then projected that back on them. And that's basically, and it didn't help that this happened between the ages of like 15 to 19, when people are like, I mean, middle schoolers are probably the shittiest people on earth because they don't have empathy, but when you get to that age, that's when people really, that's how you really know how to start to hurt people, because you know what will hurt you. You have that empathy. You're like, this fucking hurts me, so I'm not going to do that, until you pull those guns out, and because when you're a fucking hormonal teenager, you're going to take those shots.
Yeah.
True.
Killer shots.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I also just feel like there's not much communication in my family too, which is kind of like a barrier. I don't know, I still feel like I might be instigating a little bit of that negativity where I don't want to fucking talk and shit.
For sure.
I'm just tired, I guess.
And that's just, you know,
Get out again.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And what I've learned is, especially like my brother moving out, he has been coming home a lot more. He's been much more cooperative with my parents. I think it was just
Drew seems like the last time I saw Drew, he seems very healthy.
He does. Well,
Like,
yeah. I mean, maybe not physically, but
yeah.
I love you, Drew, but yeah. But that's that. But emotionally, yes, he is much more healthy.
Yeah, that's
emotionally and like spiritually, he is much more healthy.
Yeah.
He has a much more healthy relationship with my parents, and same thing goes back for them. My parents have just sort of gotten to the point where they're like, he's old enough, it's his life, we're not going to deal with that anymore. And I think that's the biggest problem that families face is, like, imagine if us three were to live together for the next 18 years.
Oh, wow.
Like, in the same house, like, we didn't have a chance to move out, we had to live in the same house. Imagine, you would fucking hate each other.
Oh yeah,
true.
for sure. For sure.
You would fucking hate each
Would
other.
we do this podcast still?
Yeah, that's the real question. Podcasts would happen a lot more at first,
Yeah,
but
sure,
you know,
but-
or maybe it would work out. I don't know what to tell you, but
Yeah.
and once you realize that so much that people, once they move away and they get out and they start their own life, they then become appreciative of what their family had because
Yep.
the negativity that was festering because of that.
Which is probably just all petty ass bullshit anyway.
Oh, that's what a lot
Right.
of family stuff is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, I would say all. I would say all family.
A majority of it.
Yeah. I mean,
Picking
there's
at people.
situation.
Trying to get your buttons going.
Yeah,
For sure. Because you can.
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly.
You know what.
Oh,
the-
it's you're my dad. You're not gonna do shit. Try me.
Bro, that's my favorite part though. Of like, because like, growing up, you're scared of your dad, right?
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
You know.
My-
And now, like and obviously you both know who Steve Miller is and the character that he is.
Uh-huh.
When he
Shout
starts
out.
like, you know, talking shit to me, that's what it's turned into though. Like when you're growing up, it's like, okay, you're kind of scared. But then when you're getting older, it turns into him talking shit to you. So then I just throw it right back at him. I'm like, what are you gonna do, bro? Like nothing.
Fisticuffs.
Yeah, like you know, I've the older I've gotten, my mom is a fucking G.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Like 100%.
For sure.
The older I've gotten, I'm like, damn, moms are real ones.
Yeah,
like at
very
the end of the day, you know, I'm getting like,
Mhm.
I text my mom every day. Like I don't give a damn. That's also, you know, I don't. Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like I just need to change some personal things. Like I have to look at myself a
Oh,
little
for
bit
sure.
more too. But I'm slowly getting stuff rolling.
I just feel like we're just tearing Chris down.
No, man, it's all good.
No, and that's the thing. It's this is more of a thing of like because I don't know both sides. I can only look at your side and help you with that. I
Exactly.
can't look at the other side and tell them what to fix. I'm not gonna tell your family. What to fix.
Have you guys ever met my family?
I don't think so.
Wow. See, that's another thing. No one has ever fucking met my family.
Really?
No one ever meets my family.
I've met your parents.
Okay.
I know
One
I
time.
haven't.
One
I've
time.
met your parents one time.
Okay. Yeah, Mitch hasn't. I know maybe Cedar and my other like close friends have, but that was like a long time ago.
Mhm.
But
That's it.
like, yeah, that's.
I might have to
That's-
throw something for my
that-
birthday.
Yeah.
Have my parents come out, you know, have a little shindig.
Yeah,
I'd be
I'd
down,
be
dude,
down.
for sure.
But yeah, I think that's, you know,
It's bring your parents to Chris's birthday
Yeah,
party.
that'd be dope actually. We'll rent something, get
Instead of bring your kids to work, it's bring your parents to Chris's fucking banger.
both of them on the podcast. There we go.
Dude, having a parents podcast, that'd be crazy, dude. Having one of our
No,
parents
no.
on, and just having them unfiltered, be like, all right, you don't know who we are. We're just some random dudes that invited you onto a podcast. Like, here's our topic.
I bet I mean, like I said, you both know Steve Miller, so he would talk. Talk.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. That'd be funny as hell.
Oh,
But I don't know what, like, I guess me growing up, you know, I was played sports, whatever, and the parents were obviously very supportive of that. And I don't know, my dad, at our old town that we used to live in, he was like on the city council. I'm like, like, I don't know who this man is because like I've never seen. I was young, so I didn't know what the hell was going on. But like, I don't know. They were always just like involved in. Obviously, my mom being a teacher, she's always around too. Like, but yeah, you know, I think it's just everybody's perspective of just like, you don't. It is good, and for the most part, it is good. But like everybody goes through their shit, you know, and you have your phases with your family. And
Oh, for
shit,
sure.
Yeah.
I love my family. They've supported me. They've shown me what it means to be a family, ups and downs. Like I still love them. I need to fix things, and
Oh yeah,
it takes work. You know?
I mean, I want to put
Yeah,
don't
for
put this
sure.
don't put this all on yourself. This is not your fault. This is the whole like you're the reason your parents divorced.
And like, yeah, you don't need to fix this by tomorrow.
Yeah.
And
It takes time.
okay, do you? I guess the question is, you obviously feel like you do need to fix something.
I feel just a little bit.
So you want to fix something, and that's a good thing, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, it's rather than just saying YOLO,
No,
not,
no.
you know, just like.
Just not out of there.
So, I mean, there's obviously room for adjustment, but maybe it's just that little gesture that gets it going.
Mhm.
You know,
For sure.
I'll start putting in the tippy toes.
the tippy toes, bro.
Get your feet wet, Jody.
Get your feet wet, dog. Get your feet wet. I don't know. What did you guys' family? What's the weirdest thing that like your family always seemed? I don't know. Is that a weird question?
Like a weird thing that your family did that no one else's family did.
Or like something like that. Like
are you talking like where you went over
like
to a
where
friend's
you
house and you're
don't-
like, you don't do this? What?
Or like like you don't really tell other people kind of what you're like. You don't just like brag about. I don't know.
I don't know, because I'm trying to think what my parents do or what my family does, because I feel like we're all fairly social and people like know what we do in our free time and what we do. I can't really think of anything like totally crazy. I mean, my dad runs to pop music sometimes, like Katy Perry and shit. So like
Dad runs.
Yeah, he runs. We have a treadmill in our basement. Yeah, and like that's I wouldn't consider that weird though, like because it's like stuff. It's not like he's popping on a whole Katy Perry album. It's like this stuff that was on the radio.
Yeah, I don't know. That was a terrible question. I feel like I don't know what.
Don't eat dinner together? Question mark. We all separately eat dinner.
What do you mean?
Like so, if we have dinner, we don't all sit at a table.
Oh yeah, I don't do that. I mean, I don't. Remember.
I mean, it depends on the night. Sometimes we'll eat at the dinner table. Sometimes we'll eat in front of the TV. Sometimes we'll eat dinner at different points.
I think we're all in the same room, but like I'm on the couch or like I think we only do like sit down dinners like on like Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Okay, yeah.
Like,
Now that you bring that up, yeah, that is something. I remember being a kid, like going over to your place and like eating dinner. We'd be hanging out on the couch and like your parents would be sitting at the table eating or something like that.
yeah, bro. Like yeah, we're just chilling. Yeah,
But my parents would not like if we were eating unless my parents ordered us like pizza and we ate in the basement. Like we were eating at the dinner table.
Really? All the time? Every night?
Well, I mean like the family was all in one room.
Yeah,
and it wasn't split like some people are at the dinner table. Like we were all around either the TV or the dinner table.
Oh, okay.
Now that you bring
As
that
a
up,
cohesive
yeah,
unit.
it was like a unit. It was like a unit. Yeah.
So should we?
But what? I mean, what? So you just ate separate?
Yeah, we just eat separate. Yeah.
Like
we
different
like
rooms? Like you eat in your room? Like
I don't like eating in my room technically, but if I don't want to be around my family at all, I'll just be like, yeet. Another yeet, if you will.
Dip on
Just dip on out. Just close the door.
I mean, I think that's a good segue into like what family means to us and like how we want our families to be and like things that we take that our family does and like I guess that leads into a different question. Is there something that your family does that you will absolutely not do with your kids when you get older? Like something that you're just like, we're never doing that. I don't know why my family did it. I didn't endure it as a kid. I'm not putting my kids through that. Is there anything that your family has done like that you don't want to put your kids through?
I don't think so. I think so. My situation is kind of different. I don't know. Mainly not my parents. My parents always knew that I was like normal, but like in school and stuff. When I first started out, they put me in the special classes because I don't think they realized what the hell cerebral palsy was at all. I think this was like the 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
I think like, I mean, cerebral palsy has been around, but like, you know, if you just go to some small ass town in Iowa, they're not, you know. So I was put in special classes for like 2 days or 3 days until they realized that I was normal. So then I got back
physical,
out.
not mental.
But like, yeah, so I don't know why I said that, but it kind of goes along the lines of like, my parents never like forced, like I never got the feeling that I was like forced to play basketball, forced, you know, to do things. They kind of, I would say for the most part, my parents were pretty laissez-faire, whatever the right term is.
Laissez-faire.
But you know, they were pretty, yeah, they were pretty just kind of like, if you want to do it, cool, we'll support you. If you don't want to do it, cool, we'll support you. I never felt pressured that I needed to do something or I didn't need to do something.
Yeah. I feel like with my kids, I'm gonna get into some weird stuff here. I don't know if I want to mention Santa Claus, Tooth Fairy. Like I don't know if I want them to be exposed to that.
Okay.
Like I don't want to like expose it to them, but if it gets exposed to them, I'll be like, and they ask me questions. I'd probably be like, oh yeah, that's something that I grew up with, but like I don't know if I'm really want to force that on them. Even though like I don't know, like I'm kind of tired of it. That's just my personal.
Okay.
Like, that's a personal thing. Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's also up to the kid's imagination.
Exactly.
Like, if the kid wants to imagine that Santa's some fucking, like, 3-headed dog that, like, runs through the door and, like,
Get all of them.
poops out presents, like, then make that a thing.
Yeah.
Like, kids are crazy. Like, think of the idea of Santa Claus. There's a fat man that rides around on a sleigh all throughout the world. He has the chance, like, have you ever looked at, like, the suburb of, like, suburb in Texas, and how many fucking houses are out there? You're telling me some fat man is popping out every single damn chimney with all these presents, and like kids are like, yeah, let him in. He's bringing me presents, dude. I'll leave him some cookies.
Mitch is stealing it from some comedies. Some comedian did that.
I'm not saying I'm not stealing. I'm just saying like the idea of it. Like I love that.
Sure.
Whoever brought that up, that's a great bit.
Yeah, for
because
sure.
kids don't give a shit.
No. If they're getting something, they
Yeah.
don't give a
Who
shit.
was that? Daniel Tosh?
I was pretty sure Childish Gambino. It was Donald
Oh,
Glover.
yeah.
Donald Glover talked about it.
Donald Glover.
He talked about the whole weird idea.
He got me presents. Cool. That's what he said. But
Boys, fuck yeah.
What would you change? Or that you wouldn't do? Did you have something in mind?
The only thing I could think of is my parents definitely wanted me to be in sports, and I had no issue with that. I think kids should be active and they
Play
should
the piano, Drew.
Drew,
Practice piano.
They wanted us to be well-rounded kids. They wanted us to like play musical instruments and do sports, but a lot of it was traditional. So the reason I say that is the sports I were into, my parents were like, "No, you'll hurt yourself." Like as a kid, I always wanted to do like skateboarding and like snowboarding. I'm like, "That's cool. That's what I want to do." My parents are like, "No, you little shit. You're gonna kill yourself doing that. You're gonna play baseball or something." I hated baseball. Hated it. That out of any sport I played.
Did you break your nose?
No, I didn't break my nose. So
I was on the baseball team with this.
yeah, that was like the 6th grade. I was playing shortstop, I think.
Second base.
No, I was shortstop.
Oh.
But anyways,
I was outfield, baby.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how I was at shortstop. I should have been fucking in left
dude,
field.
yeah, bro. If you're 13 years old and you're still playing right field, chances are you're the worst damn player on the team. That's
More or less.
Yeah.
But for some reason I was on shortstop. So Hunter Fees was up to bat,
Yeah.
and this kid,
Dude, you were second base. Don't give me this shit. You were second base 100%.
shortstop or second base. I was literally
second base. You were second base.
one of those positions. Anyways, this dude just hits a line drive, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna catch you.
Right to his nose.
Straight up, so I lift my glove up, and before I can get my glove up in front of my face, I remember, that was the crazy thing, I remember seeing my glove and the ball, like, roll over the glove or whatever happened.
It, like, tipped the top or something.
And all I remember is, like, seeing part of the glove, and then the baseball hit my face, like, nose, and next thing you know, I'm on the ground. I like, blacked out.
Oh, 100%, bro.
And I remember
you know
waking up, and
Jackie's
there was
probably crying.
blood everywhere.
Bro, you know Jackie's probably crying at this point, too.
For sure. And I remember the first thing I asked when I came back to, Zach was supposed to be spending the night. And I love spending time with Zach. And the first thing I asked, Zach can still spend the night, right? Like, he was coming over so we could play video games. So Zach hung out with me that night when I was holding a frozen
What
bag
a
of
good kid,
peas.
god dang it.
Over my nose.
Zach was doing he
Yeah.
was a hell of a kid.
Here I am, like, him and I are playing video games and hanging out, and I've got, like, a fucking bag of peas over my nose because it's so goddamn swollen. I'm pretty sure that's why my nose is so big now. It probably got broken. My parents were like, yeah, because that's how my dad is. Rub some dirt on it, you'll be fine.
Those will be boys.
I'm not. So my broken leg is probably my favorite story to tell with like how my dad is. My dad is from Central City, Nebraska. Grew up on a farm with 6 other siblings, and his
He does
dad
have a big family.
His dad, Wesley was a no bullshit man.
Oh, I thought you said noble man.
No,
no bullshit.
No bullshit man. And my dad is very like, he's definitely come to the point where he likes spending his money on nicer things. But I remember as a little kid, like getting the stuff where it's like my dad had no problem, like, oh, you need a new pair of shoes, that's fine, we're gonna go get you a new pair of shoes, but we're not spending $60 on a pair of Nikes, you're getting the fucking
New Balance.
And because he's like, these shoes will hold up, they're invincible, you're a kid, like that's basically what it was. And that was the thing, like as a kid, like I knew like money was never really an issue for my parents because they were both very established in their careers by the time Drew and I were born. But my dad was also the kind of man like, you get hurt, rub some fucking dirt on it, you'll be fine. Because he always tells me the stories like, yeah, I broke my collarbone, didn't go to the doctor till 2 days later till I found out that that's what was wrong with it.
Oh my god.
So I'm in the 3rd grade.
also just got done with a baseball game.
Damn, baseball was
Fucking
bad.
football was never good at football, but I did enjoy it somewhat. Soccer I also enjoyed.
Hell yeah.
Basketball I enjoyed playing basketball. Fuck baseball. Fuck baseball.
Dude, it ruined your life.
It's like boring to watch.
Alright, so what happened?
But so we were at a baseball game. I was in 3rd grade, and it gets fucking rained out. Right? There's a fucking huge rainstorm. It's like April or May, and so we go home, and I still had my baseball cleats on, and it was just downpouring. And we parked outside. So our garage was not connected to our house, the old house we lived at. So we parked the car in the garage. And my dad's like, run inside, you know, whatever. I was 3rd grade. I'm like, go run inside, you know, don't get yourself too wet. And I ran and I fell, and apparently the way I fell was a spiral fracture, and I broke both my tibia and fibia. So the 2 bones in your lower leg. The small one I broke, and the big one I cracked. So the big one is weight bearing, the small one's not. So if you break the small one, you can still walk on it. If you even crack the big one, you literally can't walk on it. And I fall, and I'm just in pain. I am just hurting.
Yeah.
My dad comes over and saw I slipped and fell. He's like, get up. And I'm like, I tried getting up, and I'm like, Dad, my leg hurts really bad. He's like, you're fine. You just slipped and fell. You're fine. Because from what he saw, like in his defense,
true.
he just saw me slip and fall.
Yeah, idiot.
And
Stupid fucking
like, God damn it, you idiot, why'd you fall? And it got to the point, he's like, I'm screaming and crying because like a 3rd grader with a broken fucking leg, like I can't stand. And he literally picks me up and like tries to make me walk. He's still supporting me, but he's like, picks me up, and I go to take a step with that leg, and I like fall. And he like grabs me, he's like, oh my God, okay. Takes me inside, sets me on the couch, and I just like, I'm fucked up, dude.
You're probably high as hell.
Like adrenaline is cranking through my body. I'm just like, Dad, and I'm bawling my eyes out like, Dad, my leg hurts. He's like, I guess I'll take you to the clinic.
You
like,
bitch.
Yeah, more or less, like that's what he's getting at. And I when we start getting there, like on the way, I'm like, Dad, I broke my leg. Like, I broke my leg. He's like, you did not break your leg. You're fine. Da da da. And we got there, and the doctors looked at it. Okay, we'll put it in an X-ray. We'll check it out. And by that time, I had calmed down, but my leg is still in a serious amount of pain. And my dad's just sitting there, you know, doing his Don thing, just hanging out. And doctor walks in, and she's like, yeah, you broke your leg. Like, she explained the whole thing, and I'm just glaring at my dad.
Of course.
And he's like, and I'm like, you made me walk on it, like, fuck you, like. And he's just like, oh, well, you did, whatever, I guess.
I guess we're going home.
Yeah, you know, put a splint on it, when got cast the next day, like, that was shitty, like, that whole having a cast. I had a cast up to my crotch for 6 weeks. So literally, from my toes to my crotch for 6 weeks, and one from my knee down for 2 weeks, so 8 weeks. This was right at the end of the school year. So my summer of 3rd grade going into 4th grade, I literally sat inside and played video games.
Dude, that was the same thing with me in 7th grade.
Yeah, when you fucked up your knee on that piece of glass.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, maybe I don't know why you went on that tangent.
Well, I bring on that tangent because what we changed about our families.
Oh yeah.
I would definitely be like, I'm not gonna baby my kid. I'm not gonna be like, oh, Timmy, you scraped your knee, come here. But like, if my kid is like in agonizing pain on the ground, I'm like, okay, maybe something is wrong here. Like there's a difference between a kid falling and scraping. Like, kids need to fall, kids need to like bang themselves up. That's how they become tough. But like, if a kid is literally like, oh my God, my leg is like not working and clearly showing signs, like, okay, let's go to the doctor, let's get this figured out.
Okay, so I guess we kind of transition into the next part of like, I guess, yeah, what do you want to change? I think or kind of just going into like what family, I guess, would like what we want.
What it means to us and what we want.
Like what it means to I think the greatest lesson that I've learned from my family is to like, you know, I think when I guess I'm just jumping all over, but I feel like the biggest lesson that I've learned is that, you know, like, to not, you know, just go for it, you know? I don't know, like, I feel like the way that I would treat my kids is, you know, already just going kind of into the debate, so I should probably just shut up about the nature versus nurture.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's a good, it'll be a good segue later, but keep on going, yeah.
Just like, I don't know, to let them, I think it's important, that's what I respect from my parents, that they let me figure out what I want to do, and they supported me. I think that's, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And that was the thing, like with my parents, they definitely like made me do things, and it was for in their best, like in my best interest. They never made me do, like looking back as a kid, there was never a situation where I'm like, why are my parents making me do this? And like back then I probably thought that, but now I can't think of anything where I'm like, why would they do that?
Yeah, for sure. My family let me do whatever I wanted, basically, sports-wise. Try different things. They were supportive in that, and like they didn't come to every single event, but they were at some events, you know. So they showed support there.
Mm-hmm.
I guess what I would change is definitely a little more communication.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm definitely the more social butterfly of a family.
I would say.
Yes.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And I'm still kind of shy and timid in my ways, but yeah, a little more communication with my family. You know, see, like not to the point where it's like, hey, what's going on in your mind and all that shit, but kind of just like, hey, how your day was, or here and there, you know.
For sure.
What's going on? Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, now that you bring that up, maybe that is something like this is another weird tangent, but like having more of an open forum with my kids, and like I'm glad I ended up the way I did, but like the whole like birds and the bees talk, I never got that from either one of my parents.
What birds and bees? What do you mean?
Like
The sex talk, the birds and the bees talk.
Penis going into
Oh,
the vagina.
okay.
I never got that talk from my parents.
Nope,
never
never.
once. Even my dad. I don't even know exactly. My parents went to the same school when they were kids, but I don't even know how they came to be. I don't know how long they really dated for. Like I don't know a lot of that. And like my dad has like anytime dating a woman, it's just like my dad really has no other input other than like, oh, I like her. Like that's really it. Like
I guess I don't know. That kind of sparked the interest of what I would want to change. Is that I go along with the open forum, but I feel like the intimidating factor. Like I literally want my kids to tell me shit. I felt like I think because of just like who my dad is, like he's the happy-go-lucky guy, but he's a truck driver. He's a fucking man. Like my dad can turn real quick, and that's 100% fact. And there's definitely been moments growing up where I did not like my dad at all, and there's that disconnect for a while. As I've gotten older, it's gotten much better and everything, but there's definitely a disconnect for a while where I was like, I don't want to talk to this man. Like I don't want to tell him shit. I'm scared to tell him shit. You know that. I think that would be the biggest change, is because first off, I'm a fucking pussy. So like I want my kids to be able to, if I have kids, whatever.
Yeah.
But
we're under this stipulation here.
We're still the social norm of having a family.
Yeah.
But like I don't know. I feel like I would want my kids, to tell me shit if they, if they started drinking, if any of that stuff. Like of course I'd still be pissed and stuff, but like I'm not just gonna freak the hell out.
No.
Oh no, that's how my parents told me when I was going through high school. That was the talk they did give me when I first started high school. They're like, okay, look, we know what happens in high school. We know what happens here, yada yada. If you are ever at a party and you start drinking and you have no sober ride home, call us.
That was
We'll
the same
come.
with mine,
No
for
questions
sure.
asked. We will not fight you or anything. We will not do anything that night.
The next day,
The next day will be shit.
Yeah.
But they're like, we will literally pull up.
Yeah.
We won't come in marching around demanding to look for you. You literally come out, you get in the car, we'll take you home, no questions asked.
I think that was the same for me too.
No, not for me. Never got, because I was a goody two-shoe boy.
Well, yeah, so was that, but
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
I don't know, like, it was weird. I'm a totally different person now than when I was in high school.
For sure.
Yeah.
I feel like in some aspects I am, like, still a little bit the same person, but there's other parts, like, my drinking habits
Yes.
do not reflect my high school career whatsoever.
Yeah, I think that's fair for everybody. I've actually kind of, me and Chris had an interesting conversation one time that we decided that we went 21 years sober.
Yeah.
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 Yep. 21 years sober, and then we're gonna drink for 21 years, and then that's that.
That's it. That's that, baby.
You're gonna call it good at 42?
baby.
No.
Hell yeah, baby.
I'm gonna be done. I'm gonna be on my deathbed with a fucking Bud Light.
But I don't know. I like.
It'll be different times, baby.
So I think if I think just going forward of like the biggest thing that I would want for my family, I guess, is to just have the kids just being able to talk and
Open.
An open forum, and I mean, I don't want to. That's the thing. I don't want to be like. There's a certain point with your kids that you can be friends with them, but at that point, I want to be a parent. I do not want to be a friend. They need you. Like you need to have their respect, and they need to know these boundaries, and you need to raise them the right way. But I also don't want to be this like menacing figure that they feel like they can't come and talk to me to. Like being able, and that's why I think parenting is so hard. You have to be able to establish dominance. And like I am the leader of this household. We're the ones that run shit, but we want to make your life as easy as possible.
For sure.
Teach you valuable lessons, show you valuable things that you need to know, and help you get through this whatever the fuck you have to go through.
This simulation.
Yes, this is take off the goggles. It's all a simulation.
Woo! So I guess I think that pretty much sums it up there. I think we can just move forward to a little bit of a recap.
Yeah.
Of
You were the one because you had all
debate
the
question. Yeah. So our debate question was, the whole New Year's resolutions, if they worked, if they didn't work, and let me see if I can pull it up here.
Yeah. So I kind of
I got you, homie.
haven't meditated. So I'm still trying. I still haven't read yet.
I don't even remember what mine was.
And then like 2 days after I made the no nicotine, I smoked a cigarette. So
Oh no.
The next day.
the 2 days after.
So 2 days after the podcast, you already quit on that?
I know I broke it down, but I haven't had one since then. So
Okay.
Okay, so I guess I can't find the actual original question that I asked, but it was along the lines of, do you believe, have you had personal experience with, whatever. And I think for the most part, I think it was honestly 50-50. I didn't get that many responses, but I think it was pretty much 50-50 of like, people were like, yeah, I've set a goal, That's what the question was. I think I asked, have you had a, life-changing New Year's resolution that's changed you for the better or whatever. And it was pretty 50-50. I think, there's I'll just read a couple of the responses. Good thing, but people are really unrealistic about them, and that's why they always fail.
I think that's a good point to bring up.
People are like, it's a shame. I think that spending time to reflect on how to improve yourself is always a good thing. And then people talked about experience of how they got, like I've had a couple of buddies that have lost a lot of weight.
Oh, yeah.
Because of, the 90 pounds, 80 pounds, and like, they were like, yeah, I set the goal because it was New Year's, but like, I did it for myself as well because I knew that I needed to change something, and like, they said that it's changed them, it's literally changed their perspective on life or what have you. So, I don't know. I think overall people, I would say for the most part, if it's like a realistic goal, I think people believe in it.
Yes, don't shoot too high.
Yeah, baby steps. Baby steps to goals.
Baby.
And because of that debate, and I kind of had the shitty resolution that I'm going to, not a shitty resolution, but that I wanted to travel, I think I kind of have a new wave / form of New Year's resolutions, where it's not really a resolution, but I'm growing out this beard for a year, boys.
Hell yeah.
That's official. And it's an even bigger day, because the mustache has officially connected to the chin. It looks terrible, so now I actually have a beard. But yeah, I don't know. I think my New Year's resolution is going to be me growing this beard out, shaping it, letting it get thick. That's I'll see if I can do it. I got to get to my birthday in March. I got to get to my birthday in March to see. That's like my checkpoint of if I'm actually going to do this or if I'm not.
Full send.
I think I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna.
It's just don't shave
It's my
January.
Just don't say
my New Year's resolution.
February's forget about shaving. February.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for I'm gonna do the Fu Manchu mustache when I. Not the Fu Manchu, the handlebars. I'm doing the handlebars.
Yes.
Sure, shave it
boy.
off. That's gonna for one day, and then I'll shave it off.
Oh boy. So that basically wrapping it up. The debate question for this week.
Which is?
Nature versus nurture. And, like, do you feel as though you are the person you are today? Like, was your family the reason you are? Like, the whole nature versus nurture debate.
Yeah.
Am I the person today because my family instilled these morals and values? Or am I like this because of the time and place I grew up and how I've chose to follow these paths?
So hard, so hard. I would have to say both.
Yeah,
I would
I'm.
have to.
I think everybody's both.
Yeah, everyone's both. I'm probably gonna lean more on the nature. Yeah, nature for sure. Cause nurture, I was growing up very Christian, very heavy in those beliefs, and I can't really get away from those beliefs. I guess there's always still that.
That's the American, yeah, and that's like the American. I feel like
Americanized.
we're
all kind of grow up believing in a
Yeah.
higher being called
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Agnostic would be the word you're looking for. So you believe agnostic is believing in a higher being, but there's not, you don't know who it is, or you're not really.
But no,
devoted
Chris was
to
just
a
talking about
religion.
that. Like grew up Christian.
Grew up.
Yeah,
grew
yeah,
up Christian.
yeah.
Right now, I've learned so much about different religions and such. I don't really want to get into religion right now. If my parents are listening, I don't ask me about it when I get home. But yeah, I feel like that kind of instilled some like moral stuff in me, you know, because
For sure.
so my tattoo, that's Latin, Omnia Vincit Amore et Nus Sedamus Amore, which
That's
means
good that you know it. Yeah.
love conquers all things, let us too surrender to love. It's a Roman quote, but I got the idea from Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, like, as much as that kind of hurts me to say it, it's kind of like, well, he had good morals if you believe in Jesus.
And that's the thing too. Like with that religion, like I feel like there's tons of morals and values that you can take from religions, and you don't have to be super religious. Like don't steal from your neighbors, and don't like kill people. Like those are all things that the Bible taught, many different religions teach, and I think you don't have to be religious to have those morals and values. But I think it's a great like starting point for someone, and maybe you get away from some of the deeper spiritual stuff, but you still keep those really like basic morals with you.
So as you've gotten older, then it's obviously changed. So you
It's
think
definitely, so I still believe that love on people, but I don't believe much as like a certain deity did it, or it's just like be a good person.
So are you saying that like the nature changed that?
Yes, nature has changed that. Growing, like living out on my own for a little bit, just seeing the real world, not being like sheltered.
Yeah.
So I kind of broke out of my shell and became who I am today.
Yeah. I think I'm the same way with the nature. I think I would say the person I am today is because of what has happened after I moved out of my parents' house.
True.
I think just like the experiences that I've had like has shaped me. Like I think college, or that next step of being on your own, like I'm gonna be the same type of person, I would say, for the rest of my life.
Oh yeah.
And like I don't know, I've always been the same. Like I haven't changed that much, but like I don't know, this part of your life shapes you for your political views, your just views on the world, how you act, how you treat people. I think that's changed a lot, because when I was growing up, nurtured, the nurture side, people say shit, my dad says some shit he shouldn't have said, and he still says shit. And that's the biggest takeaway that I've learned from my parent, or from mostly my dad. But I've kind of, because of the nature, I've kind of seen myself become a little bit more liberal.
Yes.
In a lot of the things, because I'm sick and tired of all this like bullshit of just like oh, it's not that bad. It's like, nah, like you can't be saying this stuff anymore. Like it's not okay anymore. Like these jokes, I used to think I was ignorant, and the occasional joke that racial joke that was funny, or like what I'm not okay with any of that in any shape anymore. And I think that's like because of nature, and like not that I've been like cultured around a lot of people. It's kind of just like realizing that people are shitty, and this shit needs to stop. And I don't know, I feel like just because of that, that's I would say nature for sure has shaped me to have been, and yeah,
it's different when you get to the real world.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I guess my only counterpoint to that would be like, I'm a huge proprietor, and I think anything and everything needs to be made fun of, including myself. I sure hope someone is pointing and laughing at me every now and then. Like I don't think anything should be off limits. And there's a certain point to that between making fun of, like making light of a situation, and actually holding someone down and like holding them back, and like actually like being mean. Like there's like a comedian. You look at a comedian. Their intent is to make people laugh. They are there to make these jokes and make light of situations and all that. And you can tell, like, I feel like it's very easy to tell when someone is actually being hateful in the way they deliver something, the way they say something. So, like, when a comedian's up on stage and he says, it's not like he's up there, like, dropping racial slurs.
Yeah.
But maybe there's a joke about some racial tension, and it's funny.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what I mean. I think that, like I said, I'm a huge proprietor in the fact that everything should, it's either everything or nothing. Because once you start drawing the line somewhere, someone's like, well, why can't it be here? Why can't it be here? Why can't it be here?
That's fair.
That's what I mean. Everything, it's not off limits.
Yeah, joke about it. Who cares?
Yeah.
All right. So what do you think? What has shaped you? Nature, nurture? Or, I guess the overall question is like, how do you want? Like, if you were to have a family, like, how would you go about it? Would you,
I definitely want to nurture them to success, and I want to be that rock for them. But at the same time, like, life happens, and they, like, my brother's a great example. Like, I think that nature is sort of a thing that takes hold, even though as hard as we try with nurture. But I think it is like a sort of beautiful bond between the two, and working with both of those and being able to be like, nature's taking over for this part, so we're going to attempt to work with it, and at the other time being like, no, nature, we're going to do this, we're going to put our foot down. Because there's certain things we can control, and if you're just being lazy if you let the like nature side take over. But there's other things where it's like you can't, it's off limits, like there's nothing you can do about that.
That's true.
So there are definitely morals and values. I would not say I'm religious. If I were like, I go to church for big holidays and stuff like that. I don't really denounce Christianity at all. It's just I don't practice it.
Yeah.
I definitely say I'm like agnostic. I believe in a higher being. I believe that like we got put here somehow, some way. Like when you look at how everything played out, like Big Bang happened and shit. Like, this should happen. We're not going to sit here and say like dinosaurs and shit didn't exist and the world is only 4,000 years old because you're fucking stupid if you say that. Yeah. But at the same time, again, there's a lot of still unanswered questions. And how do we get to that point? And how do we deal with that? And I have no problem with people using religion to deal with. That's how they answer these questions.
Yeah.
Aliens.
Yeah. So
I want to instill these values in my kids. And I want to do it in some form or fashion. I don't know if that is through religion. Maybe it is. Maybe that's the easiest way to do it. But maybe there's another way to teach them, how to not be a piece of shit. I think it comes full circle to, like, parents are just being lazy and people aren't being held accountable for being shitty. And I think that's not just men. It's both women as well. Like, you look at how women tear each other apart on social media.
Oh, yeah.
It's destructive. And like I was talking about before we started recording, that guy on Joe Rogan's podcast talking about like I guess that would be something to bring up with nature. Like social media just absolutely destroys people, specifically girls. Like it is super harmful for girls.
I think for me, I want to say that I would, for the most part, I would let nature do its thing, and I feel like I would act in the way that, I would act the way that I think my kids should act. Like I'm not gonna, cuss and blah 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 blah. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, I would want to be super hands off and just kind of, be open and make it feel a comfortable situation. But I also don't have a kid because I feel like once that moment happens, I obviously have no idea what that feeling is like, and all you want to do is care for this kid and make sure nothing ever happens. Like that's all just growing up, so it's tough. Like you have to find that balance for sure. But I don't know.
You can't baby him, but you can't be
exactly
emotionless rock to him.
Because then you can ruin your kid either way of not giving a shit at all and being overprotective. Like you have to
take care of that kid. Like,
you
gotta make sure it eats. You gotta tend to it when it cries.
Yeah, you have to set boundaries. You're gonna be like, you can't do this. No, I'm sorry. You're gonna not yet. You're not old enough.
You're raising a mini human.
Yeah, small humans.
Weird. I don't know. So just give us the thoughts of what's your nature versus nurture.
Yeah. What you said more on. Yeah. But just know this: if you truly love nature, you will find beauty everywhere. Vincent Van Gogh.
Beautiful.
Where did you pull that from?
Off my tea bag.
Oh, we just got teabagged with
Just got teabagged with some
beautiful, beautiful quote by Vincent Van Gogh.
I would say pretty much, yeah, that.
Yeah, that's the question. How do you side with nature versus nurture? Do you think that growing up, which one had more of an impact on your life? Was it nature? Was it nurture? Was it, neither one? Are you just part of a simulation?
I keep finding that I never look at the camera. What's up, guys?
Oh, awkward.
But yeah, I don't know. I would say that pretty much wraps it up for us. Yeah.
So yeah, stay tuned, babies.
Till next time. We need to start doing this, but we'll do it at the end now. Follow us on Twitter.
Ooh.
Find us on Facebook. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on Spotify and Apple iTunes. We should get an Instagram account. We should start getting that. We need to start brainstorming some more. But CNN podcast. It's easy. Just search it. CNN. It's not that hard.
On YouTube, it's not the gaming one. Just an FYI, there is a Chris and Nolan that are doing a gaming podcast.
Yeah, we appreciate the support. I don't know.
We love you all.
But yeah,
I think the biggest thing is to share it. Share it.
Yeah,
you
share
see it on Facebook, share it.
You like it?
Honestly,
share it.
yes, please. If that's
Share it.
honestly what it is.
Honestly,
Literally
I'm
just
not
share
even
it.
worried about subscribers or anything. Like, if you like the message, just share it with your friends.
Yeah, true.
Share it with your family.
I'm Nolan Miller.
I'm Chris Sims.
And I'm Mitch Garrett.
Later.
Later.
Stay cozy.
Yeet.